Hello everybody, this is Caroline at Create Your Future. So happy to see you again this week, and welcome to those of you who are new to our channel. Here we talk about law of assumption, how to manifest anything that your heart desires, recreate people, especially specific person when you have challenges with your relationship with the person that you want to claim to be yours, and vice versa, you want them to be claiming you. So that's what we talk about here. Before we start, we have a free course that we give away. It's called How to Identify Your Blocks and Manifest Anything Fast. You will find the link in the box below. Just click on it and we will email it to you. You also will find the links to our website with the one-on-one coaching that you can sign up for. I offer one-on-one coaching. I also have hypnosis tracks and bundles. They are pre-recorded. They are still on sale for 50% off. Use the coupon code SAVE50, which is SAVE50. What else do we have? We have the affirmation tracks. So just go on the website. You will see the list. There's a whole bunch of titles, beautiful titles that will keep you on track with your mental diet. And the new thing is the one-on-one hypnotherapy session that I offer. So these work in 2 times. You're gonna have to book a regular session with me so we can talk about what's going on in your life. I don't give you like a regular, one script for everybody. No, I will I will create it especially for you. So after our session is over, I will write the script especially for you, for your needs, for what it is that you're talking about, your blocks, your resistance, the things that bother you, and what it is that you want to create in your life. And then the second session will be a one-on-one live video call where you relax, you close your eyes, you lay down, or you sit in a very comfortable position, and I will do the hypnosis, so you'll listen to my voice. Okay, so that's exciting. It's new, and I already had a few sessions, and it was really, really good. I got really good feedback. Okay, so today I am talking about another topic that came up with. It's a question from a subscriber. So this person wants to talk about how she feels about herself. The situation is, she feels that she was taught in her community, in her family, that it's more important to think about other people, to think about others' comfort, and it's all about giving. Others are more important than self, and she feels that she always have to offer help. She needs to help and she says, at the cost of losing my own time. So what's going on here, and how can we go about this? So yes, all right, we don't want to be acting, we say you have to be your own priority. Why? Because you are at the center of your own universe, right? In your quantum bubble, there's just you, no one else. And you, as a consciousness having a human, experience in this body, you get to control your life with your thoughts and your beliefs and your assumptions, which are made out of thoughts, right? So when you realize that you are the only one in your reality, that's why we call, you, each one of you, the God of your own reality, it's because there's no one else in that bubble. All the other people, they have their own bubbles, and they have their own movies and their own bubbles, and it has nothing to do with you, because you're never going to be there. But now in your bubble, and you have those people, well, those people, they are they are not real in the sense that they are a projection of your mind. So you, with your assumptions and your beliefs, you know, you create them, and you create your community belief system and their behaviors and what they say. So when you get lost, because you, like she says here, I feel like I'm losing myself because I always have to help other people. Well, you know, even though it is true that you grew up in that environment, somehow it is, it's still a projection of your consciousness, and it's still a circumstance, and it's still a story. So, you know, what is going on here? You're not the priority. And as I always say, when you can see in other scenarios with community, you know, the people in your community, with family members or at work, when you always, you know, compromise yourself and give, but you feel like you're never the priority, what your needs and your desires don't matter, and you feel neglected, then that shows up in how you're being treated with your SP. And often that's why we have you know, all those disastrous relationships and those challenges that people come to us with and ask our help, you know, to overcome. So we're happy to help you. We want to help you. That's what we're here for, and that's why we offer coaching, of course. So what we want you to, the attitude that we want you to have is the attitude of I am my own priority, meaning that you don't compromise your needs. You don't put yourself in such uncomfortable situation. So, you know, I don't want you to be acting or be perceived as a selfish jerk and be like, you know, what other people need or want, they don't matter. No, you still want to be, you know, come from always a loving standpoint, like the energy that comes out of you, that's what my beliefs, right? It has to be an energy of love. So you go back to this. That could be like a point of reference. Is the energy coming out of you an energy of love? So yeah, I'm helping others. I'm there for them. I'm giving. That's loving. That's good. Of course, you know, we want you to be generous and help. However, you do it to a certain extent. You help and you're there for others, but you don't fully compromise. You don't compromise yourself at all. You don't put yourself in a position that's so uncomfortable. So you do want to be generous and helpful and helping, but you don't want it to be at the cost of you not existing anymore. So basically you have to find a balance where you get satisfaction from helping others, because that's a beautiful gesture, but it is within your own limits, within your own boundaries, your own healthy boundaries, where you still exist and you still, you know, put yourself first, where like, yeah, I'd be happy to help you. However, I can only help you until 6 o'clock because I get a hot date tonight with my amazing SP. So you're gonna have to finish by yourself, but I'll help you until 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? That would be an approach, an example, anyhow. So it's important to not lose yourself. Now, there's another scenario where she feels that sometimes when she helps others, she doesn't want to be left behind. Yeah, she is accused of being intrusive. Okay, so the culture is like, okay, you want to help, they teach you to help people and to give and help. But it got to the point where she was asking over and over if the person needed help and if what else she could do, and she was over giving in a sense, where then the person felt like, hey, you know what, that's too much. What are you doing? So now she feels that she is being accused of being intrusive. And you know, when that happens, you really, again, don't worry about the other people. You go back to yourself. what are the beliefs behind all of this? So why are you over giving? Why do you keep on asking if that person is okay? What is that person already told you 7 times, 10 times, 25 times that they're okay, they don't need your help? You keep on asking. Well, she's keep on asking because she was raised to do so. But why? What is the fear behind it? You see, there is when people tell you something, don't feel like that hurts your feelings or you're offended. Well, if it hurts your feelings, yeah, you acknowledge your feelings and your emotions, but also then take a breather and look at it. Okay, now what? Why? What's the dominant deep down belief? Well, I'm afraid to be left behind. I'm afraid not to be loved anymore. I'm afraid that I will not be lovable anymore because what? Because I was not helpful enough. I mean, it's like, look into it because first of all, it bothers you because you feel like you're losing time for yourself. And for what? In the name of respect, then redefine respect. Redefine what's the concept of respect. Respect goes both ways. The respect of yourself. You don't have to sacrifice yourself. So look at all those things. And then you look at, your own value. I'm good enough. You are not feeling good enough from what I'm hearing here because you feel like you always have to give at your own expense. So where is your own value? It's non-existent. And then you're not good enough because you keep on bothering this person and asking, and this person is accusing you of being intrusive. So are you good enough? You're good enough to ask once or twice, and then that's it. If that person needs your help, maybe they will ask you, and then you can go about your own life and do your own things, right? So it's nice even when people, you feel bad that the person accused you of being intrusive, but in a way it's nice because it's feedback. It's feedback. Oh, they're reflecting to me something from my consciousness. So what's there? What's the belief behind all this? And that it could be different things. The assumption that people find you annoying and intrusive. The belief that you will not be loved if you do not keep on offering your help. You do not worth being loved, being noticed, being respected, being acknowledged if you don't keep on giving, which is, as I'm saying it, you probably now it's clicking, I hope, and that it sounds ridiculous. Yeah, of course. If I can love these people enough to keep on offering my time, my help, and myself, one way or the other, then why can't it be the other way around? Why can't I get that type of respect? Why can't I have this type of worth? Why can't I have this type of value? So you look at that, and then you realize that you have a whole set of assumptions and beliefs. At this point, there are more beliefs that deep down you're not good enough and your worth is very tiny. So, and I'm sure this is reflecting in your personal life. I wouldn't be surprised that this is also what's going on with your specific person. So, to me, all those, interactions that we have with people, any kind of people, they are kind of gifts. They're gifts because they give you an information. And what is this information? That information will give you what you actually believe deep down about yourself, about your worth, about your value, about, you're capable of respecting those people. Why do you think in your head somewhere that they can't do the same for you. Of course they can. You know, if it's like a given that you give them that respect, why can't it be a given that they feel the same about you, that they will give you the same respect? So now you need to start dwelling on this a little bit and realize that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to assume that you have to be giving, but never get that type of energy back. Because in a perfect universe, everything is balanced, right? When your body is healthy, what's going on? It's in perfect balance. So everything, it has to be in balance. And it's the same with the giving, receiving. Because if it's naturally in your mind that you can give, how absurd it is for you to believe that it's not natural for them to give as well. And that person, who's getting mad at you for not respecting his bubble because you're always in it trying to give more, that is a great indication of, I'm not blaming your behavior, but I'm talking about the deep down, maybe unconscious, well, for sure, unconscious belief that you hold, that you need to face, look at, and recreate. How? By writing down the exact opposite and then dwelling on it, affirming, assuming the state, declaring that's who you are as of right now. Okay. So yeah, I'm just looking at what else you wrote. However, okay, yeah, I don't want you to compromise yourself. That's the bottom line, without being a selfish jerk. Of course, in balance. So give and take, in balance. So yeah, it really, in that scenario, it's like in every scenario, where do you choose to situate yourself? You're not a servant. It's an equal balance, give and take, right? So some people can tell me, well, if I'm the God of my own universe, I don't want to give anybody. I want to receive, and blah, 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 be the empress who gets everything. I heard that one. So, okay, why not? You can, but is it satisfying? Is this fulfilling? Is this really what you want? Because it's kind of nice to have that balance in life. Because it's very fulfilling to give as well, right? Just as much as receiving. So it's, think about all this and think about where you situate yourself, and set your limits, set your boundaries. Because otherwise it will build resentment. I have an example of a friend who asked me for a large amount of money and in cash. And I said, well, I don't have that large amount of money in cash to lend you. Well, the truth was that I didn't want to do it. And then that friend asked if I could put it on my credit card. And then I explained, well, that will jeopardize my credit, because here in our country, we look at people's credit scores, and that will jeopardize my credit if I have now this big debt on my credit card for you, which will take you a couple of years to pay off. And it's going to be a problem because, what if my spouse needs to run the credit to purchase something, and then that shows up. It was just putting me in a very uncomfortable situation, and I could have just said no, right? But it's a good friend, and I started explaining and justifying the reason behind my no, and this person just heard, oh, there's a possibility that we can put it on your credit card, and completely ignored the fact that it could put me in a very uncomfortable position for the reasons that I just explained. And what do I do here? Do I give and not set my limits and my boundaries, and then every time I think about it for the next couple of years that it will take her to reimburse me, build resentment, because of course I'll be resentful because I did not have the courage to speak and respect myself, and allow myself that, well, you know what, as much as I want to help you, this is putting me in a very bad position. But if I ignore me just to give, look at what's happening that next. It's the resentment. The resentment energy, what does it bring? It doesn't bring anything good in your life, because now the thoughts and the energy that fuels your being and your consciousness is not coming from love. It's coming from anger, annoyance, frustration, and resentment. And that, when we dwell on this so much, you know what resentment can do to the body. It really damages the body. And so that's something you want to avoid. You prioritize your health, you prioritize your mental health, and you do set boundaries with your friends. So, and also don't be afraid, because, I was afraid, but I faced it and I said what I had to say to set my boundaries. At the end of the day, I had to remind myself, I am the god of my own reality. And I don't know why I created this person to step on my toes and not listen to how it would hurt me to do what she's asking me to do, just because she needed the help, So it's about really looking at the whole picture first, and then step inward and see what are the beliefs and where are your limits and what you're willing to compromise and what's healthy or not, right? And then always come back with the energy, the light energy. Is that going to create a good energy for me, or is that going to create a dark energy like resentment? This is how I would approach it. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I know I'm getting specific with those videos, but because of the questions, but the same way of thinking and going through the situation applies to any situation. If you're dealing with a problem with a coworker, if you're dealing with a problem with your specific person, if you're dealing with, any type of situation, you will have to face your behavior, what you're complaining about the other people, and then regroup and see what's the belief behind all this within, and then change it within first. Create a new state, create a new you. All right, and if you need help with that, that's what we're here for. That's what coaching is here for. All right, guys, have a beautiful week. Thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing. Until next time, bye-bye.